guys, I'm Norana. Okay, so tonight I'm going to tell you about a murder story of a maid who was found dead in the water tank in Woodlands HDB flat. Well, I removed my makeup. Let's go. Okay, so this story started with about an Indonesian maid. She's married with one son, and she came to Singapore because of financial problem with her family. So she came to Singapore to become a domestic helper, also known as a maid in Singapore. So I'm gonna clean my makeup with the soothing cleansing oil by Bobbi Brown as my first step of cleansing. This story started from an Indonesian maid that came to Singapore, and she's already married and she's working for this one Chinese family in Woodlands. She actually had a crush on this one Bangladeshi worker, and she actually kind of fall in love with that guy. So it started with like she's throwing a pieces of paper to the Bangladeshi worker. He's actually a cleaner around the area, so he will just throw the paper from her kitchen window and like pass messages to the cleaner, and eventually they exchanged numbers. So that's when it all started. The employer find out about their relationship, so they were, of course, as an employer, they're not happy about it, because in Singapore, if a maid is pregnant, the employer have to pay a bond of $5,000 to the government. Okay, next I'm gonna use the foaming micellar cleanser by Alya Skin. The employer, Mr. and Mrs. Chia, find out about the affair. The wife confiscated the Ruliawati 2 handphones on 2 different occasions, and they warned her against meeting this Mr. Repon. Mr. Repon is actually the name of the Bangladeshi worker that is working as a cleaner around the area. The 2 phones was actually a gift from Mr. Repon. So the first incident, Mr. Chia and his wife also threatened to send Ruliawati back home to Indonesia if she continued to see Mr. Repon. She actually sent some messages to Mr. Repon through the paper that she threw out of the window, her frustration about the employer that, stopping her from having that affair. So, according to the investigation report, right, Ruliawati lamented about not being able to call Mr. Repon without her mobile phone. So, like, she's a little bit frustrated because she couldn't talk to her boyfriend. Okay, I've washed my face. Okay, let me just change into my pajamas and tie up my hair. I'll be right back. Like Mr. Chia and Mrs. Chia was a little bit frustrated, so they sent this a complaint to the cleaning agency, and they got Mr. Repon transferred to another flat, so like a little bit further from their home. So after that, it doesn't stop them from meeting. First morning after the transfer, right, so after Mr. Repon finished his job at his flat, a little bit further from the original house, Miss Ruliawati actually threw him a note to meet at the employer's unit at around 7 a.m. So when they meet, she actually hugged him and kissed him before telling him about her suicidal thoughts, like she wanted to commit suicide because they can't continue with this affair. Like there's rumors saying that they were arguing, like sometimes talk about her husband, like about him having another woman, because apparently she's not the only one that he's messaging with. I've been using this pink clay mask by the company of Australian Pink Clay. Is actually this company actually sent me a sample that asked me to try out, and I feel like they are more gentler than the Sand and Sky. It's like in between Sand and Sky and Alya Skin, which is very nice, so subtle, and it's working as good as Sand and Sky, but that is not that like stingy feeling when it's working on your face. She kind of started the affair because she have a husband already, and she have a child. She have husband and child, and this guy, he's still young, like he's 29. He's still like meeting out other girls. Like he also have like contacting with other maids, Indonesian maid as well. So like probably they got she got jealous or something, and besides that, the employer wanted Mr. Repon to shift to another place, so she kind of feeling frustrated, like devastated. So when he met her 7 in the morning, she actually take out a folding knife. So like every time she will ask Mr. Repon, like, do you believe me? I'm going to commit suicide. And he like, no, no, no. And every time she did that, the first thing she did was stab her own right calf. So I will continue my story while waiting for my mask to dry out. Okay, so like this Mr. Repon, like was meeting her, and they were at the staircase, and suddenly like she said that I want to go to the rooftop. And okay, Mr. Repon have the rooftop key because he do maintenance, he do the cleaning around the area. So she threatened to stab herself if Mr. Repon doesn't give her the access to the rooftop. He relented. He gave the key to Miss Ruliawati, and you know, like she was like so angry. And after that, Mr. Repon actually got back the key from her, like snatched back from her. She was so angry that she took the knife and stabbed herself in the below of the navel, just to show her displeasure. So no choice, Repon have to go and follow her to the rooftop. When he refused to have sex with her again, she stabbed herself again. So this time on her left wrist. At this point, he relented and they had sex. After which he tried to enter the water tank after that. So he tried to stop her, but she slashed his arms, shoulder, left thigh, and stomach. According to to Repon, this Repon guy, the Bangladeshi cleaner, he claimed that both of them climbed into the tank, and he kind of agreed to die with her just to appease her, so that, you know, she will stop whatever she's doing, just to, you know, like please her and all that. But that doesn't stop her. So eventually she tried to strangle him, but she stopped when he saw him coughing and choked. She then repeatedly like dunked her head into the water, like forcing her head down in the water again and again, like so that she will not get some air, you know, like eventually the water get into her lungs, you know, kind of. The cleaner, right, he first pulled her up. Okay, he pulled her up the first time, but she kept up with the dunking, and eventually after the fourth or fifth dunking of herself in the water, finally she became motionless. I'm gonna wash this. Is already dried. Okay, see, it's not really like thick, like it's already dry, but you know, like it still looks powdery. I kind of love this because I don't feel a stingy pain on my face. Okay, be right back. The cleaner was brought into the hospital, so to get some treatment from the cuts that he got from this Ruliawati. Okay guys, I'm gonna use lightening cream by the Organic Portions. It helps to repair my skin for nighttime. So, back in Indonesia, Mr. Rulia's husband, Mr. Sodikun, had suspected her of having the affair. Oh, poor husband. Not that he really accepted that affair, it's just that he wanted her to stay on account of the, you know, the 4-year-old son, but he made sure that she will leave that cleaner, but she didn't. Okay, so like this the Bangladeshi worker, apparently she's not the only maid, Indonesian maid, that he was dating. He was also dating another lady by the name of Sri Hartuti. This is Argan Oil, also by Organic Portions. Pure Argan Oil, cold pressed. Even though they are friends, this Sri and this Ruliawati, but Repon never met Sri. They only talk on the phone. So I don't know where he got this Sri number, but he ever declared his love for Sri. But of course, he denied during the trial. According to Sri, Repon actually confided in her angrily that this Ruliawati actually have another man, like he's meeting with another guy, so kind of like so angry. I think there's some dispute, like they were fighting, and that caused her to have like suicidal thoughts. At point was charged murder, but apparently was granted a discharge, not wanting to acquittal last year. Some residents was complaining that the water was turning like yellowish, like probably that's from the blood of this maid and is flowing to their tap water. The Sembawang Town Council replaced the tank after residents petitioned for it. Water tank in buildings were also introduced. So they included bolting the water tank covers, replacing the locks, and securing the doors that lead to the rooftops or pumps where the tanks are housed. So what say you about this lady? Like, apparently she's not the first and she's not the last maid that have an affair with a Bangladeshi worker or Indian workers in Singapore, construction workers or whatever it is, while having a family back in their origin country, especially Indonesians. I don't know. I can't judge. Like, everybody want to have a good life. They just forgot why they are here for. Okay, so that's my short story about the maid who died in a water tank in Woodlands. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my story and stay out of trouble, be happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, be safe. Till then, see you again. Bye.